So jongile la social media, what is going on. I'm the person who's very concerned about what is taking place in South Africa. And there's a post here that actually discuss about the former president Jacob Zuma regarding his what do I say, regarding whether he qualifies to be the president of South Africa again, even though he has been the president for two terms. So now we're speaking about a constitutional. Let's leave about the reasons of his politics and all of that, but let's look at constitutional point of view. I'm not an expert in constitution, but one of the people is explaining that and he says this was explained actually, and that is where the narrative which is being really pushed by EMK to change the constitution is coming from, is from the fact that it turns out that it was explained that even if MK was to win the 2/3 majority, Umsholozi constitutionally will not be the president of South Africa. He will not be the president because the constitution prohibits him to be the president. In South Africa, you cannot be the president of South Africa more than 10 years. Once you have your 2 terms, you will never be the president in South Africa. That's the constitution of South Africa. And a lot of people, they don't understand this. And all they believe is that he's going to be the president again. But let's look at the facts. The next national elections will be in 2029. The next coming national elections will be in 2029. Babu Msholozi, as we speak, he is 83 years old. So the next election will be in the next 5 years, or after 5 years from now. So meaning he would be 88 in age, that person. So even if in the next national elections he wins 2/3 majority, he will never be sworn as the president of this country. He won't be sworn as the president of this country. The first thing that is going to be need to do, even if they get the 2/3 majority, is going to have to send someone to be the president and then go and push for the change of the constitution. You understand? There's going to be, that is just my own understanding from what I've just read. I'm not an expert in constitution, but from what I understood on what is being explained here and from the few articles that I've read, is that the MK is going to need to have another candidate that is going to be the president, even if they win this 2/3 majority, which is not something that is going to happen. By the way, let's just say they win. A miracle happened that they win 2/3 majority. So he won't be the president. He won't be sworn as the president. Somebody else is going to be sworn as the president of South Africa. And then that president, the first thing that is going to need to do is to push for the change of the constitution to allow former presidents who have had the opportunity to be the presidents to be the presidents again, if they want to be the presidents, and they do get the votes to be the presidents. You understand? Because right now, even if you want to vote for him and he gets enough votes to be the president, the constitution prohibits him. So I'm not sure how long the process of amending the constitution to allow him to be the president again will take, but I do believe that could take 2 years. So by then he becomes the president, he will be 90 years. But let's be factual, man. A 90-year-old person running a country, a whole South Africa. A 90-year-old. Let's forget about the politics that this is the person that we need and all of that. Do you really believe that somebody who's 90 years could run the country proper, especially a country that has so many issues, and a high unemployment rate, high crime? Here you need someone who has energy, who's going to hold his subordinate accountable, someone who's going to be active, somebody who's 90 years, good people. Do you think that is got enough energy to do that? Because running the country, it's not standing before people and dancing and doing that thing. It's totally different. That thing, you do it for 2 minutes and then you sit down, we are pum. But running a country means that you have meetings like for your whole day. I don't think the person is fit to be the president of this country. Again, that's the first thing. So now we forget about the politics, politically what. No, let's forget about that, his politics. Let's just look at the fact that he is old. His age does not allow him to be the president again. That's just my view. And it's a fact, good people. Imagine looking up to your 90-year-old grandmother. It's good to look up to him. Imagine like expecting him to be the one like who's actively running your home. Nilindele buye yonke into, like to be the one who gives the direction. No, even at home we are not run by old people. Yes, we do take advice from them, but we are not led by them. We do take advice from them and we learn from them. They are there, they've got wisdom, they are old. You can't take that away. They've got experience of a lot of things in life. A lot of things. In life in general, about work, depending on their professional when they were still young. So they've got experience. So you can go and sit to them and ask them, about problems that you are facing. There's this problem in the company. How do we resolve these issues? And then they can guide you based on their experience. But they cannot be actively running the organization. Never. It's impossible. For me. Maybe I'm wrong. But that's just how I think. I think that the country needs someone who's still young. And we need fresh ideas in the country to actually take the country out of the pit that it finds in. Because there's a lot of corruption that is going on in this country. There's like too much corruption, crime. People are not afraid to commit crime, good people. People are not afraid to commit fraud. And the reason things got to this stage is because the law enforcement agencies, like police, it doesn't matter whoever, CCNA, those people are corrupt, good people. They take money and accept money from employers. When you go and open a case there against your employer, they are able to pay those, what do you call them, commissioners, to always favor the employer. It's issues that are there. It's because no one is going to hold them accountable. That is why corruption and crime has grown to this, because of the lack of accountability. Lack of accountability. So we need fresh minds.